Yes, people. Yes, people. You know what time it is. It's your host with the most, the Bridge 258 here today to give you another special live stream video. Of course, it's a bit more special one. I usually, of course, do my usual 11 p.m. streams where I talk about Chelsea transfer news and such. When there's not that much to talk about when it comes to that one, if you know what I'm saying after yesterday and some of the fallout in regards to that, yeah, so listen, we're definitely going to be speaking about a bit more about Chelsea today. But as you guys have seen, I do have a special guest with me today, with my guy Griggs Talks. Obviously a United fan. Today we're obviously going to be speaking a bit more about Chelsea, how we were not so great and everything like that. We'll definitely talk about that and some of my opinions from last night, which I feel like are very much true today. And yeah, we're going to talk about some more about United and other stuff as well. So joining me right now is my good friend Griggs. How are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well.
I'm surely I'm doing better than you after yesterday. That wasn't probably the most entertaining game for you guys, but I took L2, but I just want you know what I say? I'm happy the Olympics are on. You get away from football, you watch all the other sports. Like right now, I had water polo on, handball, bro.
I said water. You're killing me, bro. I actually was watching archery, and ironically, bro. I remember.
Archery. We seen some. Oh, I promise you seen some Oliver Queens out there, like green. Bro, I promise you, bro. There's a lot of sports out there, bro. Yesterday I saw an Asian Chilean playing ping pong, bro. The world is a beautiful place, very beautiful place.
Oh my god,
very entertaining. So football hype.
Yeah, listen, man. Olympics hype, man. We need to believe in Olympics hype over all football hype because, man. Anyway, let's start. You know what, man? You might as well just get it cracking with Chelsea. I want to hear your thoughts first because, I literally crashed out for an hour and a half after the stream, just after my live watch along afterwards. So let me hear it from you, bro. What are your thoughts?
I'm not lie. I didn't watch the game because I don't really care about other clubs' preseason games in terms of actually watching it. Like I said, I have better stuff to do than watching the Olympics. And I was also cooking Hassam on football bingo at the same time. I was going to hold that. I'm sure Bosnian scouts in the chat can attest to that. But obviously, I caught the highlights and I saw a couple like the tweets and stuff like that, fans analysis. I've had Chelsea fans on my case. I had to mute a tweet from a couple days ago because I said Reece James playing inverted is woke football, and we need to end this. But apparently, they got on my case. They got on my case. So I had to.
Nah, don't kill me, bro, man. Nah, I can't lie to you. I have to agree with you that take, by the way. I had a personal take where I was like, he might be better as an RCB than,
Yeah, bro, it's woke football, man. I had like 9K likes. It had like 9K likes in like 3-4 hours. It went, but obviously. I watched it. I saw a couple of your highlights from your first preseason game against Wrexham as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of clocked something I was always worried about Maresca. I've spoken about on like multiple channels why I always rated Kieran McKenna in the championship higher than Enzo Maresca, and I also tweeted this yesterday. I said JDP managers that come from the championship, it feels like they turn out to be duds because they're very one-dimensional, and it looks like Maresca so far. From the shit I saw at Leicester to the shit I saw yesterday in the other game, it looks identical. You cannot play the same football you played at Leicester at Chelsea. You have to you can have the same principle. That's calm, right? Every manager should have their own principle, but you also got to adapt to your personnel. Not making Reece James, who's one of the best creative right backs in the world of football, playing right DM because you want to have inverted fullbacks, bro. You always got to play to your player's strengths. That's what makes Pep so much better than all these other gaffers that kind of try to steal his flow. Same with Arteta to a certain extent. Sometimes he overdoes it too. But it's that. And I see with Maresca so far, it's early doors. Like, I'm not going to say, like, sack him already. But as of right now, if he approaches the Premier League season like this, if he's getting cooked like that from Celtic and Wrexham, who are nowhere near the level of Premier League clubs, it could get ugly. It could be an ugly start for Chelsea. I don't know what your schedule looks like to start the season, but if it's peak, you might have a little bit of a slow start.
Last game of the week is Man City, by the way.
Yeah, c'est fini, as they say in France. It's over. It's so
man said c'est fini. He's fully jumped into the the Olympics. Yeah. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me, man.
But yeah,
what are you saying, Ahmed, man? We got to my boy Ahmed, bro. What are you saying, bro? You know what? Get your pound of flesh as well, big man. You know what I mean? This guy texted me actually. I mean, yesterday night saying, Hey, Tom, what happened with this Maresca hype thing? Bro? I'm not even the one that's glazing him like this, but it's crazy, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, bro. You know what it is now? Big up for everyone. Big up Michael. Big up Ahmed. Big up the comment section as well. Yeah. The thing is, like, with me, when it comes to, like, I don't actually have an issue with Maresca. I think he can potentially become a decent gaffer. Yeah, it's just Chelsea fans just, some of them just getting a bit too giddy these days. They need to they need to know where they're at, bro. Like, the thing is, everyone knows my stance about my club, yeah, but with Chelsea, like I don't know, the experimentation that he was doing with Reece James is kind of weird to me because like all of his best attributes are him literally crossing the ball and going forward, and I don't know what he was trying to do in the midfield. I didn't really watch the full games. I didn't really watch it like that, so I don't know, man. I've not seen it like that. Like I know it's only preseason, but I just saw the scoreline, how it was crazy. The scoreline was mad, but yeah, I don't know about Chelsea. I just look at them even in the transfer window, and they don't really make moves that make me scared like that. They got a Danish goalkeeper who you said is good on the ball, which is fine. I just think, yeah, that with Maresca, because Pochettino played a certain brand of football, which was the complete opposite of Maresca, I think it's going to take time to implement, and it's going to take time for the players to get used to as well. Do you get it? Because bro, going from one style to another is going to take time for anyone. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Fair enough.
yeah, man.
You know what it is, yeah. I'm just gonna make my school of thought quite clear. I said this before. I don't even care if I win or lose in preseason. I made that my thought process of that clear because I was like, I need to be seeing the style of play. How is the team gonna work? He's gonna make mistakes, and then I think for me as well, the other point was like I want to see how like improvements game by game as he actually is implementing this thing. That was the main thing for me. I think the issue that I've had, I think yesterday's game, like if I was to put it in a perspective as I did last time, was that the shape is there, like the shape that he wants to play with, how the players are meant to be doing is right now. But we've got three problems, in my personal opinion. The first problem is there's particularly when you're trying to play a high line, there has to be communication between the goalkeeper and then the three guys that are going to be your centre backs in that scenario. And in the game, you could see it. There was literally like a lack of communication, from our centre backs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow. Well, hey, chill out, Staffy, man. You know what I mean? But big up to my
Don't
guy,
listen to
Staffy.
that, bro. This guy spent $300 to go watch United lose two players in the
see
first
what?
3 minutes last night. He got to give it up, bro.
Yo, hey, listen, all I'm saying, man, he might have been also the one that made Euro. You know what I mean? He put some judge on the Euro in it. That's what I'm gonna say, but you never know. But you know what I'm saying? But going back to it, the main issue I have is again, I said first thing, lack of communication between the centre backs. And I think for me in particular, it's looking like for the first two games I've watched of Fofana, he's lost a bit of pace. I'll be honest. Like it actually looks like post ACL, he's looked a bit of pace. And I think again, when you have an ACL injury, it's gonna take you time to build back up strength. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be the same straight away. But Van Dijk is a good example of like a centre back that had a big injury like an ACL, came back, and then he wasn't the same in the first season. Still not the same necessarily now, but he's not as bad as he was when he came back. So I don't really feel like he should be playing RCB at this moment in time. If he's going to be playing in a back three way, playing a high line, maybe playing him as a CCB might be the better option as the middle of the centre back trio. But then again, the issue becomes for me that was same. You've got a similar issue with Levi Cole, not necessarily with the pace, but he can't literally. What's it called? He can't literally defend like out wide. I don't like. I'm pretty sure we all agree with that. Like he cannot do that at all. So then it's like, okay, let's play him CCB. But then it's like you got Fofana, you got Levi Cole. One of them's gonna have to get dropped eventually. Like you're just gonna have to drop one of them. And of course, that's down to the gaffer. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that. But listen, we're gonna have to see what happens there with what the gaffer does there. In my personal opinion. Second point, he said it himself as well. The players had a lack of understanding, of what was happening, what they were meant to do with the ball in possession and out of possession. Like you could see it. Like when the other team got possession, like we didn't know what we were doing. There was lack of movement, lack of tracking back. We didn't know. We were just doing stuff out of nowhere. And again, that's down to him to be able to fix that in the next few games. Club America, then Real Madrid, then Man City, then Real Madrid again. So you know what I mean, and then Inter after that in preseason. So he's got a lot of fixtures. He's still got a lot of time to fix all that stuff in. And the final point I'll make is that there are certain players, in my personal opinion, just don't fit the squad at all. They just don't fit the squad at all. I would say it point blank. When you're playing his system, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me with this, you need to may have people that are going to make correct decisions. Essentially, they're not going to be these type of guys. The decision making is a bit more on point. sadly, listen, Madueke is my guy. If you've been to my stream before, I like Madueke. I think he's a good player. I feel like he can improve, right? Let's not get it twisted, but you can't really necessarily be playing Madueke right wing, right? And in particular the system, because he's not gone to a level yet where he's going to make consistently correct decisions like nine times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10. You know what I mean? That's the issue you've got with a guy like Madueke. Similar issue on the other side with a guy like Sterling and Mudryk. You know what I mean? They're not going to make the correct decision all the time. In fact, Sterling has shown you, throughout his whole career, that he can't make the correct decision most of the time. So for me, like, I'll be so real. A winger is like any winger in the right or left might be a lot more important than a striker, in my personal opinion. I've always said I don't really care about striker. I've already got a Jackson who I feel like can improve upon and can still give me enough good goals at the end of the day. And you've got another guy in Cuckoo that can still do that job for me if I need it. So I think in that sort of situation, I need wingers, firstly. Secondly, Badi Shield, I know the reason why we play him as a CCB right now is because he can make the ball tick. He's a ticker, can make sure stuff happens, right? In terms of like his passing ability. The issue with Badi Shield, though, is that it clearly seems like to me he's gone really like via a dip down in form. And like, I don't feel like he trusts himself yet. So you need to be putting him out of that scenario. I don't know. Again, that what does that mean? That means bringing another guy to maybe a Levi Cole into there, maybe a Pafan into there. But listen, a lot of stuff that needs to be changed. I'm gonna wait until Wednesday to see what happens. But sorry for the long rant. But like, at the end of the day, guys, like we just, I say this with Chelsea. I said top 6 for a reason. I haven't heard me say it before. Yeah, I have made my stance. Yeah, I'm not gonna say top 4. Not a lot of Chelsea fans saying we can get top 4 if we do this or if we do that. I'm not gonna be one of those idiots because I don't know what's gonna happen right now. So I feel like again, time is needed. Time is needed for allow the manager to make mistakes if he's even the right one, and we're gonna see again what happens. But I think we need to be buying wingers that are gonna make better decision making at the end of the day. And also quickly, Chukwuemeka, fix your touch, my G. Because like there was 4-5 times in that game, bro, where he was basically in, but his touch was like Lukaku. No other way to put it. Timberland boots, and it was.
Bro, listen, your wingers are, bro. I don't rate Madueke like highly, but I don't know, man. Your wingers, Mudryk, Madueke, Chukwuemeka, and like and Palmer's not really like a winger like that. I mean, he can play on the right, but he seems like to be the only guy that's competent on the ball. Same with Nkunku as well. I've not seen much of Nkunku, so I'll see how he plays. But Lavia is also a player who's good. I'm pretty sure he was at Southampton as well. So with him, he got. I'm telling you, I was just going to say one more point. I just think, with how Poch trains and how he wants to play, it's just ruined certain players in it. Like, we'll see how they perform though. Like, I don't know, man. Like Pochettino, like because remember Harry Kane, he was getting loads of ankle injuries at Tottenham. He goes to Bayern Munich and he's hardly getting injuries. I think last season at Tottenham. He's played like pretty much 30 games. So I don't know, man. I just think the whole adjustment period for Chelsea is going to be long, man. It's going to be long. And your wingers ain't good enough, I don't think.
I agree with that, bro. I think the issue is like right now, I can get if Fofana and even Lavia aren't performing straight away to the level. Because like, bro, these guys have been out for a year, essentially. Both of them have been out for a year. So like, I need those brothers need time, but like some of the other guys, it's inexcusable. I'm still saying the same shit with Sterling, Mudryk, and Madueke. Like, respectfully, like to people in chat, I can't take that seriously at this point. We need change. I don't know about you, Greg. Like, if you agree with that, but like my wingers is in particular, bro. Change needs to happen a lot faster than I think people realize.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying I said Chelsea's left wing is like United's right wing the past 10 years. Like you haven't been able to find that one since Hazard left. It's been has it been 6 years now since Hazard left? 5 years. It's been a while. You haven't found a replacement yet. It's definitely not Mudryk because he's not a professional footballer. He should be at the Olympics right now. Sorry, next week competing in track and field, 100 meter sprint. Sterling is just old now. I mean, he's played for a long time. People don't forget. Sterling started as a very young footballer. He was debuting in 17. That was like what 2013, so 11 years ago. He's played a lot of football. He already won everything he had to win at City as well, other than Champions League, obviously. But kind of that guy that I think like Saudi Arabia is probably better for him. MLS, one of those two leagues, probably for settling down. And you don't have any other wingers. Palmer, like Ahmed said, he's probably your only good winger. But even then, Palmer, for me,
Palmer's not even going to play winger. Like it came up from the Athletic, and like another guy,
right? Yeah,
he's playing in the middle. So that means, bro, it's really Mudryk, Sterling, and Madueke. That's going to be our right winger, left wing guys. And like the thing is, I think Madueke needs time. I would actually say that, yeah. I think Madueke with time can get better. I think, like out of the three, in my personal opinion. But the other two on the left wing, bro, they're not changing, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people believe in Mudryk. They say he's in last chance saloon, etc., etc. But I'm just like, bro, respectfully, I need something.
There's nothing redeeming about Mudryk. There's nothing redeeming. The guy plays football at 200 miles per hour. There's nothing redeeming. There's just no football education there. It's obvious. Like,
Yeah.
it's just pure physical traits, which at some point, physical traits can only get you so far in football, especially on the wing. Like, yeah, your pace and your power is good, but like even Daniel James, for example, had a great cross on him that made him a little bit redeemable. Mudryk, I've never seen him across the ball, so it's like, and I've seen a guy take a corner, it wasn't good. So it's just, I think Chelsea have a lot of issues. I don't like the midfield either. I like Lavia. I wanted him at United when he was at Southampton. He was my number one midfield target last summer when you guys ended up getting him. I think he'll be good once he gets off the rust from the injury and stuff like that. I want to see what Caicedo Lavia pivot looks like. I think it sounds solid on paper, but Dewsbury Hall, you also got to figure in how does Enzo Fernandez come back into the fold and stuff like that. You have a lot of players, not a lot of positions, the balance and stuff like that. Defense, Body of Sheila, you're right. I think the loss of confidence is there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm down to pick him up. I think he's a good player.
That's my guy. But she was my guy too. You know what I mean?
I
there's a lot of guys in. Yeah,
I think there's a good player in there, man. I really do think there's a good player. But the issue I have with the defenders is though a lot of them aren't actually good defensively. They're really good on the ball. Like Cole
exactly
on the ball.
Good point. Good point.
There's going to be games where like you need some box defending. Those guys don't have a lick of box defending IQ in their brains. There's none of that. And half of them don't even know how to defend the channels well. Like you mentioned, Cole, he doesn't defend the channels well. The Sassy does not defend the channels well. That was always his one weakness on Monaco. Badiashile is probably your best. Him and Fofana are probably your best defenders, but they're also the two players that are most out of form, that haven't played in a while, and probably the least confident. So how does that work? And then your goalkeeper, Sanchez is ass. Let's keep it a buck. The guy's just ass.
Bro, you need to see the highlights of what he did yesterday, bro.
Petrovic is what? Do you want to get rid of him? And then
I can't believe again.
I have no idea who he is.
Do you know what? You know what's so bad at the goalkeeper scenario? I'll keep it like this. The reason why we're selling Petrovic because we don't have a market to sell Sanchez. That's literally why.
There you go. So there you go. And then I don't know who Jorgensen is. I'm gonna be real, bro.
Jorgensen, bro.
Villarreal, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Villarreal are happy that he's going, bro. I can't lie to you. Villarreal are happy he's going, and I watched him. And listen, Chevalier is a much better option than him. Walker, much better option than him. Yeah, for goalkeepers, bro. Yeah, there's so many other guys that I've seen that are much better options than him. But the reason why we're going for him is because he's good on the ball.
I heard he's terrible in terms of saving shots.
Yeah, he is, bro. He parries it to the opposing team a lot. See,
and you have a system that you're going to concede a lot of shots because Maresca wants to play a man-to-man press. You don't have the defenders to really play a man-to-man press. And if you have an Enzo in midfield, right, then your man-to-man press is going to get cooked because Enzo's going to struggle to keep up with the intensity.
Exactly. So, I agree with that too.
A lot of tough decisions have to be made. But I don't like the way you guys have approached the market this year. This was the summer to go get experienced players in like certain
I agree.
So far, you haven't really done that. Your only signings are what? Is the Jorgensen guy, Anselmino, who you signed from Boca, who's not going to play for you.
Exactly. Renato Vega.
An Irish centre back. Or about bugging out.
No. We got Renato Vega, of course. He's meant to be the left back backup to Cucurella now, and then Kieran Dewsbury, and then obviously Mark Gu. He's actually been performing quite well in preseason.
Yeah, he's going on loan anyway, right?
So yeah. Demonin, I hate this point. I know that there was times where we played Madueke right winger, then Palmer in the middle. But like the issue, if you remember, and I remember this too, when we did that, yeah, Palmer and Madueke weren't connecting because what was happening was that they were getting each other's way. Like Madueke wasn't able to switch around with Palmer when needed to. And like the thing about my guy Madueke, like, listen, there was an opportunity in that game where he just needs to use his right foot to tap it into goal, and he chose to use his left foot. Like he's allergic to using his left foot, right foot. You know, he's almost Ziyech-esque in that aspect. By the way, you know, because if you guys know about Ziyech, he does not want to use his left foot, bro. He's got like 0-star.
He had a whip on him, but nothing else, bro. I'm telling you, he had
0-star left foot. 0-star left foot, man. If you know, big up. Yeah, so fair enough. Cole's ORCB. Madueke is not gonna. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, so that. Big up to our boy Abdimash. Thank you for giving me these. I'm starring them. This in the background. Enzo said, as of now, yeah. and now we're trying to get Omorodion. It might be doing Omorodion. I've said this before. Is it Omor? It's Omorodion for Gallagher swap deal. It seems I feel like going to be happening now. And I've watched that guy, and I'll be so real, bro. I watched Las Palmas a few times last season, and I didn't even know he was on the pitch. That's not a good sign when it comes to a striker. I should be noticing you. You know what I mean? At the very least, you know what I'm saying. And left winger, Dewey rejected us. You know what I mean? That was the dream. You know what I mean? We're not gonna spend money on Kvaratskhelia. We lost out on Olise. You know, I literally like was raging so much. We lost out on Olise now because like you know what it is. You know, if you had Olise, boys, yeah, I'm telling you, bro, I wouldn't even have to worry about the left hand side because you know what would have been said. I said this. If you got Olise, yeah, all we had to do, Palmer, Olise on the right, Palmer in the middle. I don't care who's on the left wing here. If teams decide to attack some, if teams decide to attack us, yeah, on and double up on us, yeah, on the right hand side, yeah, I would have been like, yeah, at least I could put Sterling there because I feel like 1v1, Sterling can still beat his man, and then that could actually provide the whole left hand side for a lot more of ease of use. But hey, man, honestly,
he's such a good player. He's such a good player, at least. Now, but you know what it is, yeah. I was actually surprised that you lot didn't get him because obviously, usually when you guys have like a target, yeah, you tend to like get him in it. So like that's why I was a bit surprised. But then again, I was hearing that
the issue with the Olise stuff was that our directors of football are really crap. That's pretty much it. There's no other way to put it. It's really just they're good at scouting. Other than that, they can't do the actual job of recruitment. So that's the problem they have. But listen, that we'll just go quickly on some Chelsea quick news. Obviously, this is Atletico Madrid have big appreciation for Conor Gallagher. His dream target for them, not easy or cheap. Well, we don't really know what's gonna happen there. And just quickly on Victor Osimhen, not on the bench. Napoli to plan, but both parties remain clear. Osimhen wants to leave. Napoli bring Lukaku. Talks PSG. Stand by. I'm assuming he meant to say since Monday. Current conditions. Chelsea like Osimhen. Yeah, we're not getting him anyway. So why we keep on talking about him? Yeah. Yep. So listen, at the end of the day, boys and girls, I think that's enough Chelsea, man. You know what I mean? I'm tired, and I'm plus I'm have to go into. I'm going onto his sound stream at 11 p.m. for another crazy cooking on that one. So wish me luck on that one still. Wish me luck on that one still. You know what I mean? Zia decided to not show up, I think. So,
he's been ducking too much, bro. I'm telling you.
Big up to him. Let's talk about Manchester United. Obviously, let's start with the bigger news, which is obviously that before we talk about the match itself, Euro obviously going out with a limp. How do we know if it's bad or not? What any reports come out of that one so far?
There's speculations that he fractured, that there's like a hairline fracture to his ankle, or there's speculations that it's a sprain. It's like it hasn't been 24 hours yet. I think that's like
okay, fair enough. So okay, fair enough.
But like, there are rumors that it's not good though. It is meant to be more serious than Højlund. So I'm gonna assume, if I'm gonna estimate, I'd probably say he'll be out for like a month or two. Hopefully.
Do you think that speeds up the idea for United maybe to get the Lick deal done?
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you think?
I think it depends who we sell as well, because the thing is, with United, they're not going to be spending if they don't sell players. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why with the whole Maguire, and I mean, after watching Maguire yesterday, I almost had a heart attack, bro. I'm telling you, he's so trash. He's honestly so bad. So we should, bro. I'm telling you, bro, that guy, like, I don't know how the fact that he's still here and we got rid of Varane is mind-boggling to me, because like, if anything, Varane is younger than him. But anyway, that's another conversation for a different day. But for me, Maguire should be getting sold. Lindelof, I think, is the one that's more likely to be sold. But the thing is, in order for us to get Delit, we have to sell in it. I think that's what the whole process is going to be. But yeah, bro, like, I don't know. I feel like with our transfers so far, like, they've been good to an extent, and like, I am excited to an extent. But have we really upgraded this team from last season, man? Like that? I don't think we have. It's essentially the same team if you really think about it, because obviously Euro is injured now, but he's essentially the Varane replacement. Zirkzee, for me, I've never bought into this thing that he's like Martial replacement. I've always thought that he was a backup to Højlund. I've always thought that, like, he's just going to be coming off the bench, you know, and Højlund's the number 9. But now, because he's injured, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Zirkzee is going to be on the bench. Euro is now injured. It's the same team, innit? So yeah, bro, the Euro injury is not looking good. Like, it's crazy, because like, I don't think he got that many injuries at Lille. Comes to United and It's the same shit in it, like bro. Every player that comes, it's the same thing with Sabitzer as well. Sabitzer comes to United and gets injured. We play him deep, and then goes to Dortmund, and he's perfectly fine. So there's clearly something. There's clearly a training issue or medical issue or whatever's going on. But yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
mean, to
Go
be
ahead,
fair,
bro.
it is more the American pitch though. Like the pitches here suck.
American pitches, yeah, not great.
They're so
Honestly,
bad.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
Euro Portugal probably has never played on one in his life. Even I think Ten Hag even said Euro wasn't doing like 100% training sessions anyway. Plus, it was hot in LA. It's always hot in LA. Forget about it. It's peak hotness. Peak hotness. The pitch is terrible. Probably something happened. So it is what it is at the end of the day with that. It's unfortunate. I want to cancel American preseason tours, but obviously they're money makers, and that's all the clubs care about.
Exactly.
So it is what it is in that. But I don't know. I mean, in terms of the summer, first of all, I think Xerxes will be. I think Xerxes was gonna be the starter regardless. I think he just suits Ten Hag's profile much better than Hoyland does. And he's also tactical versatile because you can play him behind Hoyland, you can play him next to Hoyland, all that kind of stuff. But now that Hoyland's injured, we're gonna see more of Xerxes once he decides that his vacation is over, which is hopefully soon. I would like to have him in by Community Shield, which is in 2 weeks, I think, from today.
Yeah, really crazy.
Which is crazy to think about, but it's good. We do need a center back though. Lindelof is expected to leave very soon. That's why he didn't play yesterday. United didn't.
Where's he going?
I think Turkey.
Turkish club.
I think Jose wants him at Fenerbahce. So I think.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know how much money we're gonna get from him. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish United sold him like last winter when they had offers around like 25 mil from Atletico. We rejected them because we had no numbers. Now we have to sell them for like about probably 10 to 15 mil. So that sucks, but money's money at the end of the day. Get him in. Get him out and then go get whether it's De Ligt, whether they have another center back, that Henkel guy from Feyenoord, who's I think close to going to Atletico Madrid, but maybe we can hijack that. But I do think it'll be De Ligt. I do think it'll be De Ligt. We're gonna talk about Mazraoui. It looks like we're in constant communication with Bayern and the agent. They both share the same agent as well, so it's probably something that will be an easier deal for us. And yeah, we need another center back because no disrespect to Johnny Evans, even though he was actually really good yesterday. But I don't want to depend on Johnny Evans start Premier League season to play next.
You should not be dependent
on
him. I agree with that.
I don't want to see Harry Maguire next to Leach either. I don't like that center back partnership. I think it's too aggressive.
Of course.
I need someone to play. I need someone I can trust to play next to Leach because Leach is not even going to be 100% fit because he's gonna have very limited amount of training in him. He's probably been drinking since he won Copa America and everything. So. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to start the season like shit. I know it's early season, so you're not going to look as sharp as you were meant to maybe in December, but I want to get some points on the board earlier in the season because come match week 3, we have Liverpool. I don't want to get beaten by those guys because I don't want to hear their fans. And second of all, I just hate Liverpool. So I want to be sharp.
I agree with you 100% on that one. But listen, I think, if I'm talking about United signings, I think, Xerxes is a good signing. I think he complements the team. Just don't expect him to score a lot of goals. I think he's going to be the guy that's going to help. Not somewhat in the build-up play, but I think in terms of creation, I think it's going to be a lot better than a lot better in that aspect, and maybe act as that second striker to what's it called, Hoyland. I think he's going to do a lot better job. If you know what I mean. I think obviously with Euro, unironically, I was one of the few people that's had very mixed reactions to Euro because I remember because I watched Rennes a lot in Liga, for their players and everything like that. So I usually watch them weekly. When I watched him play against Rennes back the 2 times we faced him, he didn't look that great to me at the time when I watched them. Even though I know that maybe I didn't watch some of the other games that he was playing at where he looked really good, but in those games particularly, I felt like he looked pretty average. But again, maybe he changes my mind when it comes to the Premier League and starts producing those moments and starts getting better. So we'll see of him. But Mazraoui is an interesting one because I think Mazraoui very good technically on the ball. I'd say. I think at Bayern, injuries and also Tuchel not liking him for some reason have really hampered him. I would say at his time at Bayern, which I thought was going to be a bit more successful compared to Graven Birch. I don't know why that's so. I think maybe he might do really well for you guys this season. But I think he'll be a backup, right? Dalot's going to be a starting. He's going to be a backup at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens there. And to be honest, I think the other thing about with United, De Ligt, I would not be going for De Ligt personally. I really do not think De Ligt's that good of a centre back, in my personal opinion. I feel like there's better options out there maybe you could go for. rather than Matthias de Ligt, only because of the fact
He's stagnated massively since the Ajax times, hasn't he? So
I've maintained when I watched him in Serie A, he was not that great, honestly. And I think,
yeah.
you know, I always say, you know, when the older centre backs that have been world class at moments in times have said that you're not. I don't feel like he's got his heart in or he's not good enough. Pretty much so. Although I will say this season under Tuchel, he's been pretty good, but the previous one, I
just think it's because of the price, isn't it? Like the thing is with De Ligt, yeah, like obviously there's like disadvantages with him, but the thing is, I wouldn't be too mad if we get him for around 30 or 40 mil because he's at a decent age. He's got some experience. I mean, forget experience, but like he's played at a high level. Whether he did amazing or not is one thing, yeah. But the thing is, like, we're so in dire of centre backs here because Lissandro's not reliable. Yoro is now injured and he's still inexperienced. And he as good as Yoro is potentially wise, is that he is going to make mistakes. Maguire's not good enough. Lindelof is not good either. Like Luke Shaw, left-sided centre back, is also not reliable. We need about 3 centre backs, if anything. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like in terms of like what better centre backs partnership. I mean, I know I've seen us like linked with not linked, but obviously the whole Brandford situation. I'm not sure. I've not watched him like that, so I'm not gonna.
Ironically, you know who I would recommend?
Yeah, Brandford over De Ligt. Would you say?
No, I was gonna say Chalobah. Ironically,
nah, not Chalobah. As a starting centre back. Or as a depth.
He could, but the thing is, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this because like I know he's leaving my club sadly.
But you don't want him. There's a reason why. There's a reason why, isn't it?
Chill out. No. It's not actually not even this is me. Listen, bro. Whenever I talk on my channel, I'm very nuanced, by the way. I'm not a dickhead. So honestly, Chalobah, I actually think is very decent. He can plug in and play, he can do a job for you at the end of the day. And I think Chalobah also does the thing of allowing Euro to grow and such that there's not too much pressure on him from the United fan base because Chalobah can actually do a job for you. Because remember, the thing I told you, Ahmed, is that remember, you know, the club, United as a club here, there's clearly some level of new directive of like going for younger players now. You don't want a situation where they're going to be continuously putting pressure on the Mandem. So, you know, the energies. Honestly,
I wouldn't want
Chalobah in general was overall play is very decent, bro. He's good enough, bro, to hold the fort on him.
Listen, that's it. Always is. Every time I see that guy start for Chelsea get good results. Happened under Tuchel. That happened under Poch last year. The guy is synonymous with winning. The club plays better. I saw him a little bit when he played, I think, Lorient on loan. He played DM there as well. He's very he's very positional versatile. He's not the best in the air. That's probably been his one weakness. And next to Licha, that would be a little bit of an issue, in my opinion, because I do think you need an aerial dominant next to Licha, which is why Lenny Euro is such a good signing too, because he's already so good in the air at 18. But I would take Chalobah. But the issue is the price. Chelsea want 40 M's.
No, we don't. We want 25, 30, bro.
25. Oh, if we can negotiate that down to 20, I'm definitely down for Chalobah. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, we can literally get 25. That's what apparently the current market price for 25, 30. And this is not even. I've always said with Chalobah, I think he's best as a backup centre back on any top 6 sides.
Yeah, but he's not. That's what I'm saying. When I said like starting wise, I don't really want to see Chalobah starting for my club like that, like week in, week out.
But he wouldn't. But think about it, Chalobah wouldn't be starting for you because think about it like this. He would be your starting. He wouldn't be your starting CB. He would only be that for the time being whilst your boy Euro comes back to fitness. Then you can bring back Euro, allow him to get that experience, and Chalobah's on the bench if necessary. And plus, look at Chalobah can be a backup right back for you just in case if Luke Shaw and then Malacia decide they're not going to be working. So then you can at least have
for me
what's it called Mazraoui, and then you can have what's it called Delo there, and then he can at least be a backup to Delo as an actual number 2.
But you know what it is though, like what I want to do, is I would rather like purchase players that go straight into that starting lineup rather than depth. Our issue isn't depth. Like we need to be improving that starting lineup.
Our issue is depth.
No, it is an issue.
In the second half, the issue is ass.
Yeah, the depth ain't great. But what I'm saying is, I don't want us to be buying depth right now as in like first choice. I would rather like for me, De Ligt or Chalobah. Like I'd rather De Ligt if that makes sense.
I think Chalobah's a better center back. I'm not gonna lie. I watched both of them the last 2 to 3 years. I think for me, I think De Ligt's probably a better pure defender. I'll give him that because De Ligt is
a pure defender.
But I think first of all, I think Chalobah's better in a high line. I think better like in a high line. I think he's much better on the ball than De Ligt. At the end of the day, it's not the number one attribute I look in the center back, but it is something I look at a little bit, and I think Chalobah is probably better at defending the wide channels than De Ligt.
Yes, he is. He actually is because he can play that a bit quite well. The thing is, bro, I've said this before. At Chelsea, the only reason why he's going is because we got Disasi. That's pretty much it. Simple as that, really.
Who's the worst?
Disasi hadn't come and Tosin. I'm gonna be a bit fairer to Disasi in the sense that I feel like maybe in a system, Disasi can improve and become better than him, in my personal opinion. But as of currently, I would agree with that take. I'm gonna be a bit more fair because I feel like with Disasi, like the reason why I'm not so much too down on any of my CBs is because I'm like, under Poch, it was really the attackers be free, run wild, everyone else just defend for your lives. That's what it really was under Poch. It's in the best way possible if I describe his tactics. But fair enough on that one, bro. But listen, if you get Chalobah instead of De Ligt, I think that's a much better, and he's prem proven at the end of the day, which works better, and you don't have to pay crazy. How much do they want again? 50 million, isn't it? Isn't that what they're asking for? 50 million for him is no way, bro. I'm not paying 50 million for De Ligt. You must think I'm stupid, bro. What happened to midfield, by the way? Because I know obviously you were looking for a couple of midfielders. Like, I've not heard anything about Ugarte as of recently.
The PSG trying to make us fork out money.
They're trying to scam you now because they got that down numbers for 70.
Bro, 60, bro. I heard them 70 mil for Ugarte is a rip-off, bro. I'm not.
The thing is, by the way, I've said this to a lot of United fans, bro. Do not listen. Stop thinking about Sporting Lisbon him and Copa America him, because when he was in League One, bro, they were bullying him for breakfast, bro.
Yeah.
Their physicality, bro. They were just going, yeah, thank you for the ball, mate. That's literally what they were doing to him, bro. Just out muscling him with ease, and that's League One, bro. And that's pretty much as physical, as the Premier League. Just slightly less, I would argue.
No one can gaslight me how ass he is. The guy's just
bro. The moment he comes to the Premier League, bro, he's getting rolled.
The issue is like
day one.
The issue is no one wants McTominay, no one wants Casemiro. One of those two needs to leave to buy a midfielder. Unfortunately, I don't know why that's the case, in my opinion, but unfortunately,
Fulham are trying to get McTominay or something.
They were. Then they bought Smith Rowe for 35 mil. Now that those funds are closed.
I feel like the McTominay in the market is kind of like decreasing as time goes on, because even
we should have taken the 30 mil last year, man.
Bro, West Ham is actually making some.
West Ham offered a 60 mil for Maguire and McTominay last season. If any of us were in charge last season, that deal would have gotten accepted, and life would be so sweet right now. Instead, it didn't get accepted. So now
it's crazy, Griggs. West Ham are trying to make smart moves now, bro. I don't know if you've been seeing. They've been going for Fofana, from Monaco. They're trying to get to Diva. They're actually making. I don't know who their sporting director is right now. I know they're getting rejected. But I'm like, you know what? At least they're making smarter moves than what they used to do when they just used to get these average English guys.
They should come get McTominay instead, though. I'm telling bro, McTominay changes everything, man. He's better than Thomas Suchek. Like, let's be real, bro. He changes everything. Imagine Ward-Prowse has McTominay to target in the box, bro. That's cash money. The thing about the set piece goals that they can score, man. Lob City Hammers, as I like to call them last year, bro.
Lob City Hammers. Yo, to be honest, man, at least they got a trophy, man. Unlike the original Lob City.
Man. But no, I mean, we have Collier, who looked decent yesterday. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this young guy, man, Collier. How is he? Where does he play, and how is he looking, man?
I know what player he reminds me of. Ahmed's gonna hate this because he hates this player. But he reminds me of Declan Rice. That's what I watch when I see Collier. In terms of like, there was a run he made yesterday, right, where he carried the ball through the whole Arsenal. I swear to God, bro, I was watching Declan Rice. It looked the ball carrying motion was the exact same. It looked identical. When you look at the strengths and weaknesses, I'd say Collier is probably not the best passer of the ball. I think his pass is a little bit loose, but he covers ground really well. He knows how to win the ball back really well, which obviously we all know Declan Rice likes to do. And ball carrying wise, he's got running power in him, so it looks good.
Is he mobile?
I don't want to depend on him. I would like
you. Do you not watch the game yesterday, Ahmed?
I watched the game. But you know what? At what time, bro? My head was gone, bro. Like I'm telling you, I was
watching Wrexham at 3:30 a.m., bro, in the UK, bro. That was bad, by the way, as well. Another game, I was in the mud.
Now with Collier, like when it comes to midfielders, like in the youth, like I'm not someone who's gonna like gas straight away. He has done well. Like he does win the ball back, and stylistically he is similar to Rice. But I don't want us to be depending on him because, bro, Yeah, listen, this club gassed up James Garner, bro. Where's James Garner now? Do you get what I'm saying? So
Oh, James Garner hooping at Everton. Oh, wow.
is he at Everton? Oh yeah, he's at Everton. But yeah, but that's what. But no, but the thing is, yeah, like with Collier, like potentially he might be
Nice
decent.
level, bro. That's a good level.
Yeah, but I don't know if. No, but I don't know when it comes to. I want to make my judgment a bit more like further on in it when it comes to Collier. But in midfield, now, but with midfielders wise, I just want someone who's just competent and I can just pass really well in that six. Hence why we should be all over. What's that Spanish? I'm so bad with names. Zubimendi. He probably won't leave yet, but we need to get a profile like that because, like, with Ugarte, yeah, like people were saying, like, oh yeah, profile, we need him. He runs the ball back. But bro, if you've got like a number 6 and then you've got, for example, Kobe, and you've got an 8 who can do a bit of everything, like you don't necessarily just need someone who's just good at one thing. Yeah, you can just we need to focus more on the balance. Like, do you get it? Because with Casemiro, as much as I do like him, I don't think he can play that lone 6 by himself. Like his passing's not good enough. Do you get it? He's someone where he wins the ball back and that's it. But even like, look, we should like, I don't mind us selling him. I genuinely do not mind. Do you get it? So we can, if a Saudi come in or any club comes in, that's fine. McTominay we should be getting rid of. And Kobe, as good as he is, I don't want us to be relying on him week in, week out. And I don't want him in a pivot. Because if you look at all of the goals that he's been scoring, all of them have been further up the pitch. So we need to play him way further and give him that.
The Zerbi has such a Premier League kink. Every single day.
What is he doing, bro? I just saw this now. What? Liverpool have rejected have rejected an offer of 11.8 million from Marseille for Wataru Endo. What was going on?
Go on, the Zerbi. Listen,
he's their only
how much did they buy him for last time? I forgot how much they brought him for. Did they buy him for like a little bit more? Or I saw they brought him for like a little bit cheaper than this.
Like 10 mil.
10 mil. Like what are we doing here?
Marseille got to give it up. Let's be real.
I don't know, man. Listen, they obviously got who did they get from you guys again? Mason Greenwood. Obviously, they got Højbjerg. Højbjerg is another one. I don't understand what he got Højbjerg, by the way. It did not make sense to me personally. And I can't remember any other signs that Marseille have made other than that.
Bro, this really reminds me of Conte. When Conte went to Inter, just started grabbing Premier League players for no reason. Like Ashley Young, Matteo Darmian, just kept bringing them back. You gotta give it up.
Yeah, man, he needs to chill, bro. He actually just needs to chill, bro. But listen, speaking of which, yeah, and let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. Obviously, we've spoken about a bit about obviously Chelsea, a bit about United, Man City. It's been very quiet in the other side of Manchester, bro. Obviously, they got someone. They've got obviously Savio, but that's like literally a part of the City group, so I'm not really going to include it necessarily. Other than that, been very quiet. I don't know, maybe something happens the next week or so, they get some players, but like, it doesn't seem like that's the case as of right now. Why do you think it's been so quiet? Like, I'll start with you, Greg. Why do you think that is?
Part of me wants to hope that it's like Pep leaving, so they don't want to like get specific with the players they get, or maybe the 115 charges get hit or something like that. But honestly, it's so hard to buy it when you're Man City because like you demand such a certain level of player that like it's either they buy really young and hope it's like a project like a Doku and a Savio, or you have to go get a top class player that's ready to contribute to winning now. So it's like such a small margin that they have, and they've missed on so many the last like 2 years, right? They missed on Calvin Phillips. They probably missed on Mateo Kovacic, in my opinion, as much as I like the guy. Matthias Nunes hasn't really done much either, so it's like it's very tricky. I do think they do need to find a 6 for Rodri. They do need to find a backup. Rodri cannot play every single game again. It's not happening.
I said this before. Fabian Ruiz, unironically, could do
a job. Maybe that's something they could do. Because Fabian Ruiz can replace Gundogan at the same time because they need to find that replacement as well. But on the wings, I think they're fine. Obviously, Savio. I think Oscar Bob will play a huge part for them this season. I think he's absolutely a baller. I really like Oscar Bob. Doku's going to have second season of Pep, so I think he'll be a little bit more mature in his game. Jack Grealish can't be worse than he was last year. That's really difficult. So
that was an all-time low here.
The only concern in the attack is the backup striker because Julian Alvarez is ducking Pep every single chance he can because the guy went to the Olympics after playing Copa America. He don't want to go back to Manchester. That's obvious. He's trying to avoid the city of Manchester like Di Maria was. So some of the Argentinians in Manchester, they don't like the rain over there. Maybe not, something like that. But yeah, they need to figure that out because if Haaland goes down, because Haaland's prone for an injury every single year. who can be the backup. I think defense they're good. They signed about 855 defenders in the last 3 years. Anyway, they're fine over there. Maybe they could have found a left back potentially, but yeah, I think for me it's just they need a 6 and they need probably one more attacker. But at the end of the day, they have the ultimate game changer in Pep Guardiola, and that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, that's the one advantage they have over every other club in the Prem. They have Pep Guardiola, and none of us do. So
that's it, literally. I think you know what it is, boys and girls. Yeah, fundamentally, how much money do United have? I don't know, man. They usually just have money. It's like United, man. Every year they say they don't have money, then they have money. So that's what I mean. That's just the United way. That's just the United way, bro. That's the United way. You know what I'm saying? Big up to them. Can't trust the winger with 2 first names. Hey, they say that all until you meet the first guy that can do that, by the way. But listen, guys, literally 45 minutes in. I am literally at 754 subscribers. I'm 60 from 760. Can you get me there? And also make sure to subscribe to my guy Greg and Ahmed. As you can see, the channel links are literally in the title. Tap on and you get there already. And listen, my boy Ahmed's almost at 1K. Let's make sure to get what's it called? My guy Griggs to 1.1K.
Come on. What's there?
What are you gonna ask me, Ahmed? I know there's stuff you want to ask me. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't actually going to ask something. I don't actually have a question.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough then. But listen, and I feel like for me, obviously, Man City, they're probably the favorites to win the title. I just want them to win. I can't really stand Arsenal winning the league. It's too much, man. They're just like they're the one group of fans that, other than Liverpool fans, annoy me the most.
But with City though, right?
Yes.
You know how with City, like we always say, oh, they look weaker. I don't think it's going to be their season. What do? They win it, bro. I'm telling you, they're just going to. They find a way to how to win it, no matter.
They
what.
have the culture that both our clubs used to have.
The mentality, bro. That's what Rodri said to Arsenal. The mentality.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
I said this before. It's literally just the culture. You know what I mean?
Culture, yeah.
Because remember, you used to have Sir Alex Ferguson. He had the culture of winning at Chelsea. Obviously, you had Mourinho who built the spine for us, and then we created that culture of winning consistently. Under Drogba.
Your owners built the culture as well, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, and then it continues onwards into our next Chelsea generation. Now it's almost like we're in a completely different period, I would say. Even though they're trying to say yes, we're trying to build a winning culture, it's yet to be seen. We'll have to wait and see on that one, in my personal opinion. But listen, right now it's not looking so great in terms of winning. But exactly. Oh, yeah, let me answer this question quickly because I know my Z asked me this question. Ahmed, gonna ask you this based on what you said yesterday or what you saw yesterday. Do you think you're gonna finish above United? I have always maintained I think we're gonna United and Chelsea probably finish around the same place, in my personal opinion. Realistically, I think Chelsea in top 4, but I think reality-wise, I think we're gonna finish either 5th or 6th in the league this season because Maresca is such an unknown in my personal opinion, from what I know about him. And there's gonna be listen, he's gonna be feeling the pressure only after 2 games, bro. 2 hours in a row, and it's only preseason. You know what I mean? If you know the Chelsea fan base, bro, they're crashing out on Twitter literally last night, today, tomorrow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's mad.
Yeah, listen, of course, bro. Listen, this is the Chelsea Twitter, bro. They're crashing out all the time, bro. You don't understand, man. And the thing is, especially when you have the most fans online too, it makes it worse because the reaction is so crazy too. So it is what it is at the end of the day when it comes to that. But listen, I think with United, I don't know. I will say I don't know. I think I need to see how transfers and I want to see some game time from Chelsea first, from an EPL perspective. Hopefully we don't, because last season we started so well under Partridge, winning games every single time, and you saw what happened afterwards. So I feel like I have to be a bit more realistic. That's all it is, man. But I think that's pretty much it in regards to the top 3 sides I usually like to talk about. Liverpool, we'll talk about next. Still very quiet. I don't know what's up. That's another club where it's really quiet. Is it because Slot is just checking out the teams and seeing who fits and who doesn't fit, or is it a thing of they're just trying to work in silence? Because I don't feel it's
no. It's very simple, bro. First of all, Michael Edwards' database hasn't been updated since 2019. I told you at Liverpool. Second of all, their club academy legend Trent Alexander-Arnold getting tapped up by Real Madrid as we speak right now.
Yeah, he's getting tapped up, but he's getting Madrid, bro. I swear
the dude's at Six Flags in LA with Jude Bellingham. Bro, he's gone. They thought Henderson and Trent were going to recruit Bellingham to Liverpool.
Reverse recruitment. He's getting reverse recruited.
Good for that. Van Dijk's probably going to leave on a free as well. He hasn't signed a contract extension either. So you have two players right there. Mohamed Salah hasn't signed a contract extension either. Oh, they have a new coach that's not Jurgen Klopp, so he has to adapt to that. I think for me, they have a good squad. Don't get it twisted, but I just think for me, what made Michael Edwards so good a few years ago was that Liverpool had the best analytical team in the Prem. It was by far the best analytical team. The Prem has caught up. Everyone's got analytics now. Especially now, if you look at Chelsea, that your ownership group is more data driven now. Ours is going to be more data driven with the guys that we're bringing in. City's obviously City,
of course, yeah.
Arsenal are stronger than when Michael Edwards left too. So the Prem has gotten stronger since he left. So and FSG have never had enough money to really compete. And the difference between that made Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool the best of the rest after Man City to the other big six clubs was that they had Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is no longer there. So they lost that one coaching advantage they have. Because Arne Slot, even if he's better than we expect, he's not Arteta level. So you have that. So already they don't have the second best coach in the league anymore. So I look at them and I think they're in more. I mean, some of their fans already agree with this, but the other ones that are very optimistic, they're in for a bigger rude awakening than they actually think. Because for me, when I look at Liverpool, they never want to get into transfer wars. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty now in football if you want.
I think you know what they also need, Griggs. I'm gonna say this too. The wage structure that they have here, the reason why it works for them, and I think if you look at Chelsea is a good example of how our wage structure is kind of hampering us from getting some of these talents that even we're looking for. You know, that can only work here when you have a special guy. You know what I mean? If you have a Mourinho, if you have a Klopp, even a Pep, yeah, that's the only way certain players will accept having that wage structure. They don't have that anymore. So it makes it so much more harder for you to go out there and get those top players, you know, on the wages that you might be asking for them to be put onto.
That's why I think so. I think when I look at the projects upcoming for certain clubs, obviously City are City and Arsenal are Arsenal. Forget about those two, but let's go to the rest of them. Your club is willing to spend money every single summer, regardless of what's happening, and you're always going to be a good selling club as well. You have that reputation in the market; it's always going to be there. Then you have United, who I think under the new regime, maybe not this year, but I think as the years pass and more players get shifted out and the money keeps getting up and up and up, I think United is, especially because of our academy too, I think United's new project, I'm not going to say it's going to end in the Premier League, but it's going to make us more competitive than it has in recent years. And then I look at someone like Spurs. People might boo this and stuff like that, but Spurs are cooking something special. It might not work this year, and maybe Ange isn't the guy for it, but the prospects that they're racking up, the Lucas Bergvall, who they stole from Barcelona, the Archie Gear, who I think is
that was a great pickup by them. Great pickup.
This new Korean guy that they got, right?
That's bro. I've heard some stuff about him too, bro. That he's actually
Mikey Moore,
decent.
Mikey Moore for the people I talk to that are tapped into the academies in England and stuff like that, call him the best 16-year-old in the country. It's stuff like that where you have Mickey Van de Ven, who they got, that's one of the best young center backs in the league. Christian Romero, who looks to be a colossus. Udogi, Poro, Papa Matar Sarr. If they can get the attack, I think that's the one weakness they have. I don't think, other than Heung-min Son, who's on the decline anyway, they need to find a couple more consistent attackers. But if they figure that out in the years to come, bro, it could get spooky for Liverpool because all these other clubs have money they're ready to spend. Can FSG, who I know are notorious penny pinchers from America, what they do with the Boston Red Sox, are they going to be willing to spend the money? If not, bro, the pull of Liverpool is obviously there, but you're going to be going up against clubs that have equal pull as you. Chelsea have equal pull. United have more pull. City have more pull. Arsenal have pull as well. Can you go toe-to-toe with these guys? Let's see, because it's no longer 2019. It's 2024 now. Everyone's on the up. Someone's got to go down. And for me, when I look at the club that's most likely to go down in terms of suffer, it's going to be Liverpool again.
I agree. That 100%. That's the thing I've always said. I feel like with Liverpool, the post-Klopp era, you know, how do you match that? Because even in the Klopp era, with the trophies they won, some might say it's even an underachievement what they did. Like, can that be repeated? I'm not so sure with the way structure they've had. So I don't know about you, Ahmed.
No, but I was gonna say what Klopp did, like with Liverpool, is you can't replace that. As good as potentially Slot can be, even though he's rated in the Netherlands, and I know Van Gaal rates him quite highly, and he might improve certain players that Klopp didn't really get the best out of, maybe a Gakpo, maybe other players, Gravenberch as well. So we'll see. But the thing is, because Klopp has set the standard so high, and the reason why players did go to Liverpool is that, Liverpool are a big club, but it's Jurgen Klopp. When you think of Liverpool, you think of Jurgen Klopp. Like, he did so much.
He made so many average players look amazing in that system. And I just genuinely think that when it comes to Liverpool, is that they think that they're underestimating how much of an impact that Klopp's he's had. Like, I'm telling you, like, bro, it's not going to be all rosy. Like, now that Klopp is here, now Klopp he's not here anymore. Do you get it? So, like, for me personally, in the transfer window, they don't really dominate like that. The FSG don't really spend that much every now and then, unless they sell. They can't compete with Chelsea financially, United as well. So they can't rely on Klopp like that anymore. So I think I still think they'll get top four, around top four. I still think they'll get that because their squad is decent. But yeah, bro, like in terms of their big players, Trent, Salah, yeah, man, then it's looking peak for Liverpool. Because if Trent does go to Madrid, that is hilarious. Because I thought he was doing it just to get a new contract, but that's actually true. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's mad.
Fair enough, Di. I know Di got a lot of feelings in that one. I hear you, bro. At the end of the day, but I think with Liverpool, I feel like I've said this before. I feel like the decline is incoming. I've said this before. Man City, the decline will come. I don't know if it's the 115 charges, because like I've had the hearings in November for the 115 charges, right? So listen, that the results of that, bro, are gonna be coming very soon. It might not be this year, 2024, but 2025 at least in the first period, like before the season ends, we will know what happens after the 115 charges, and you cannot beat every single 115 charge, by the way. And remember, if Everton for one charge, I think they got one charge, right? Everton, or it was Forest, they got like 6 or like 10 points deducted. So listen, they can't beat 50% of those cases. If they get 50, even more like 1/3 of those cases, yo, they're finished in terms of like the plus or minus differential and points wise. So listen, that's all it takes. That's all it takes for Man City. All it takes. But listen, in regards to that, that's pretty much I'd say all of the topics I've got right now in regards to the big teams. Like other than that, Tottenham, there's nothing much to talk about. Everyone else, there's not much to talk about. One thing I will discuss rather quickly is this little thing from Chelsea, which I need to just talk about really quickly, which is not on Marodion, but on. Let me bring it up. Oh my god, I really hate using Twitter and StreamYard at the same time. I don't know about you guys. I find it really annoying to use.
Bro, yeah, listen, when it comes to share screening it, yeah.
It's really annoying to use, bro. Come on, man. Like, Disasi had a hernia injury. Like, I don't know why. So that was pretty much what I wanted to discuss really quickly. My Chelsea subscribers, really quickly. Disasi had a hernia injury. Like, there's so many other players have had hernia issues. I don't know what the hell was going on at my football club. But like, we've had Enzo hernia issue. Disasi was literally suffering with a hernia issue as well. Apparently, according to Jack Ross of the Sun, sorry. I just say he was really reliable for us. It's just like, bro, these injuries for us, bro. Obviously, got some new medical guys, but we need to improve on this stuff, yeah, as soon as possible, because otherwise, we are in for a rude awakening. Because like we had the highest amount of injuries last season, 51 injuries. We can't survive again like that, and not because we cannot even get 6th place, which we got last season, let alone 7th, 8th, or 9th, or even 10th. So I don't know. You guys also had those injuries. Did you update your medical department?
Yeah, we got the Arsenal guy. Let's see how he does.
That's actually pretty decent. I can't even hate. This is just quickly. Apparently, we're trying to sell Petric for 15 to 20 million. So we're trying to flip him for profit. We're not gonna make any money in Kepa. Let's just keep it real. Chilwell, we're trying to sell. Do you know what Chilwell's a left back, bro? What's going on? Like,
chill. No, chill out. This is when I know he's full. Bro, Chilwell, yeah. I already don't even like.
You even trying to go for Marcus Alonso, bro. That's the reason I saw too.
I'd rather have Marcus Alonso. Okay.
Bro, listen, forget Chilwell. That guy is ass, bro. He's rubbish, man. He's rubbish.
He's not that rubbish, honestly.
He is rubbish. Yeah, man's trying to give us Chelsea flipping sloppy seconds. You know what's going on? Man's trying to give us like these guys. Like, nah, bro. No. We're not that desperate. I know we're desperate for a left back, but we're not that desperate.
But listen, guys, just quickly before we wrap up quickly, I know my boy Griggs has got to go to your show. What have you got coming up, Griggs? Let the people on the Bridge 258 know.
I do. I just joined a United group called Stretford Trends. We're gonna be recording a pod now, pre-recorded and stuff like that, and then I'll probably do a video later tonight. About United, the game yesterday. injuries, preseason, we'll talk and stuff like that. And then, just a typical Greek stream. If you know, just chat for an hour. Half the time we don't even go based on plan. It's literally just how the comments vibe. And that's how we do.
Lovely jubbly. Of course, you can find my boy Griggs there. Peace and love to my brother. We'll make sure to catch up with you as soon as possible. No problem, bro. Always appreciated, man. Thank you very much.
Peace out.
Big up, bro. But now it's just me and my good friend Ahmed, bro. And listen, Ahmed, if you got any questions here to talk about, because in this part of the show, usually you bring me some questions, I bring you some questions to talk about in the last, half an hour of the show. Got anything to ask me for as of currently?
Nah, but I was gonna say, when it comes to like Chelsea, like all I'm saying is that I know that I've said this so many times, like going from transition football on the counter attack with how Poch is to possession based. Are the fans actually going to give it time? Yeah, because even though I don't like my own manager, for me, I think that if Maresca comes in and you can definitely see the style, but it's not getting the results, I think that's a good sign because at least he's trying to do something. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yes, of course.
And plus, like, would you not say like you've tried every single type of different manager? Like in terms stylistically, you've pretty much gone for every single one. Like you went for the transition, now you went for the possession base. Like it's kind of good. This has to be like the one now where, and I think you lot should give him like time as well. Like I'd say maybe give him a good.
Listen, my thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Like I've said, he needs time. I've already maintained the brother needs time. He needs to give him as much as possible. I think for me, from the first 2 games, I said it before, it really looks like there's some players, like there's tweaks that need to happen. Hopefully he does those tweaks. That's on him to do. I think once he does those things, obviously I feel like the issue I have is that the club needs top 4. You know what I mean? And that's where the decision to bring in Maresca kind of confuses me slightly because it's like, listen, I know Maresca is a good manager, up-and-coming manager from like obviously the championship and everything like that. But he's going to need time, right? He's going to need time to develop, time for all of this stuff to happen, right? So why did you go for a guy like Maresca? You see what I mean? So, that's the issue because, like, for me, you heard me say I think 5th and 6th is the most likely scenario for Chelsea to get, right? Because like you hear other guys on other channels, like, and some of my fellow Chelsea guys that even I speak with, right? They'll be like, we need to listen, 4th. We need to be getting 4th place. We got the like it's all well and good saying they've got the best squad. That you've got a top 4 squad, but that's because you have a top 4 squad does not mean you're gonna get top 4. There's so many other factors to include.
I was going to say, because I wanted this guy at United. I think you lot really missed the trick with the Zerbi.
I feel like I agree with that take slightly.
Because you know what it is? Because with the Zerbi, there's this misconception about him that he's only doing well because of the Brighton structure. The only reason why he does really well when it comes to his football is the Brighton structure. Have you not seen him? I know it's pre-season, but you look at how Marseille are playing, Ahmed. It's the same style as Brighton. There was I went and watched a clip on Twitter of this new Brighton manager, and one of the goals that they scored. The way they scored it was literally on the counter attack. It's completely different to the Zerbi. Completely different. So I feel like I always emphasize and repeat myself so many times that just because you have good structure, it doesn't mean that the coach is going to be a guarantee. Like a coach's style is going to be different to, like we've seen many coaches with different styles and different structures. Like I feel like people overestimate and overrate structure so much because it's not always a guarantee. Do you get it? So for me, 100%. I think with you lot, you needed someone in the middle. Maresca is too unknown, whereas with the Zerbi, he's got that Prem experience and his football is evident. I think that was a good mix. You should have gone for the Zerbi, in my opinion. I think you lot missed a trick. And I think United missed a trick, but we'll see what he does in Marseille. But in terms of Maresca, I was going to ask you as well, like, who do you think are the players? Like, as much as I do think he'll improve players, who would you say are the ones that are like, nah, there's no hope for him. There's no hope for them. Like,
I've already said that. I'll start an attack. Yeah, I've said this before.
Yeah.
Broha, I'm sorry, bro. There's no hope for my brother.
Broha, okay.
Yeah, Sterling, another one. No hope for you, bro. I know people still believe in Mudryk and hope he can do stuff, but as of his current form, I can't accept him as it is.
Yeah.
I can still give her a pass no matter what, in my personal opinion. I can give him a pass. I'm not going to do him dirty. Chukwuemeka, I want to give him a pass, but the issue with him is the touch has not been really well. So I'm going to give him 2 more games, 3 more games and team in the actual league before I make a decision on him. But no, in Nkuku, I can accept. Palmer, you know what I mean? Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, there's no issues with me there. Buddy is sure, bro. As of it is currently, yeah, I feel like we're losing hope on him quickly. So I'm gonna have to add Buddy Shield there. My personal opinion as of right now. Obviously, Chilwell, I feel like he just does not fit the system at all, and like he's actually sadly regressed as a player. Like, you know, I know a lot of people hate him just for no reason, but he actually has just generally regressed as a player. Like, there's no hope for my brother right now. So after that, Levi Cole, I still believe there's a guy there. There's a talent there, bro, in Levi Cole. And so, and I think with Fafana, I can make the same argument. Reece James and Gusto, no need to deny that. Sanchez, get him out of my club automatically, bro. I don't want to see that guy again.
Yeah, he's trash, man. He's not good, man.
That's the issue, bro. But that's the issue. Like, I feel like so much talk around Chelsea is, you know, I look at it and I'm like, you know, surely you guys can see that we need these guys. Why are you not being a lot more active? Why are you not being so much more aggressive in bringing these guys in? Because like, that's what you need to be doing. You need to be aggressive. And I feel like the club this season, in particular, I've not been aggressive enough in trying to get in much needed targets into the team straight away.
Yeah,
that's the issue I've had right now. That's what issue I've had right now, bro. Because like you can see, we're crying out for like a left winger. We're crying out for a left winger, bro. I swear to you, man, we're actually crying out for a left winger, but like, no, the club is just literally not moving at all on that front at all. Just literally not moving. They're not willing to pay. Go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, you know who I actually think will do well for Chelsea? Like, as it won't happen yet, but he's my guy, innit? My guy, Sancho.
Sancho's going PSG, bro. It seems like.
Yeah, but I know. But you know how you said like during the show that you talked about something about decision making in Maresca's system. That is something that Sancho has to a T, and I feel like players with good decision making right now is very hard to find. Do you get it? Because, you know, most of them are quite raw, quite pacey. It's very hard to find someone who's got good decision making, which is why when it comes to Cole Palmer, he's a very good player. But yeah, the winger, you know, I don't know about you, man. I just feel like the winger market is trash now. I mean, barring Kvaratskhelia, and that's it. I mean, I know it's just not good enough, man. With the winger
market, the left winger market, bro, is starving. The left winger market right now in the world is starving like crazy, bro. And like even the right wing, like the right wing seems to be the one where everyone exists for you to do a job.
Bro, you can take Anthony from us if you want.
Because like, but when you get in quotes like this, by the way, from like flipping Brendan Rodgers, where he says Brendan Rodgers has warned Enzo Maresca that managing Leicester City cannot compare the pressures of being in charge at Chelsea. Like, why? You know what I mean? That's him saying like you need to actually you need to handle it, bro. How can he say that? You know, Brendan. You know the thing is about Brendan Rodgers is crazy. You know he started at Chelsea. He used to be assistant manager for us under Mourinho.
Oh, was he? Oh yeah, yes. He was under Jose. Yeah.
Under Jose, bro. And listen, he's right. That's the thing, bro. I don't know. You know what I said to you, Ahmed, brother. Yeah, he needs to know that the pressure of Leicester City is so much more different than the pressure at Chelsea. Like, remember what? Do you know why I said and the reason why Ange is so successful at Tottenham? Because he was at Celtic. Celtic, the pressure is on you day in, day out. Just because it's in a small league like SPL doesn't matter because they're expecting you to win week in, week out. They're expecting 100% win rate.
That makes sense, you know, actually. That makes sense because being just a good coach with good tactics isn't enough. You need to have a good mix in terms of like managing a big club, you know, like, and all of that. But the thing is, I mean, you could always use Arteta as an example. I mean, he didn't really manage a big club before, and they gave him time, and then obviously his style of play is starting to come into fruition. Do you get it? But then again, Chelsea standards and Chelsea fans are a lot more aggressive when it comes to Arsenal. Do you get it? I feel like they're a lot more ruthless. So,
I agree with you. I said this before, by the way. Yeah, I feel like again, pressure. Listen, the thing that Arteta was still under pressure at Arsenal. Arteta was under pressure.
He was under pressure. He was,
yeah. And so at Chelsea, he's still gonna have that pressure. Even if listen, I'm willing to give the brother time, but he needs to understand the pressure that's gonna be on him too. Like, because he needs to be able to make sure he can get stuff right. Because I think right now the club are asking for top 4 from you, whether you like it or not. That is not gonna require time. That's gonna be immediately. They're saying to you in 38 games, I need to be top 4 in the league.
Top 4, yeah. But it's not like it's impossible. I actually think it's doable for. I think that 4th position is up for grabs for anyone because it's not like look. Forget Arsenal and United. I'm not United. Forget Arsenal and Man City. But the 3rd and the 4th is up for because Liverpool aren't any better now. They've just weakened with their manager. Tottenham as good as much as I rate Ange, they've not really upgraded their team. I know they've got good youth players and potential and all of that, but they've not really upgraded in the starting 11. So I don't know. I just feel like that position is up for the grabs. And with Maresca, yeah, like it's a good opportunity for him because he's got all the. I don't know. It's a tough one, you know. It's actually a tough one. But you do need to get rid of Deadwood. No, that is true. You do need to get rid of like some players. That is true.
Yeah, but that's on them, bro, to do that. I don't care. I'll be honest here, with Deadwood, bro. That's them. That's for them to handle. They've done that before. They can do it again. I honestly couldn't give a Scooby Doo about that. We need to be bringing it, but what we need to be doing is making sure to provide a manager actual weapons. I'm sorry to tell people, a weapon. Mudryk is not a weapon. Sterling is not a weapon. You know what I mean? So let's be real. Let's be real.
Do you not think it's going to be hard to sell Sterling now because he's on a lot of wages?
I don't care, but the thing is, I've said this before. Keep Sterling for a season. Keep Mudryk for a season if you want to. But bring in a guy that's going to be a starter for me.
Okay.
They can hold bench for me. If you want to let them play in the Conference League against the Eastern Europeans and like the middle Europe, you know, somewhere in Split or you know what I mean, etc. That's where they can play for me, bro.
Now that makes sense.
Makes sense. I couldn't give CBD. We need to strengthen the first team, bro. I feel like I've said this before at Chelsea. We focus so much onto the medium and the long term of the squad that we forgot that we need to think also about the short term too. The short term is so much more needed, by the way, as well. And the lack of short term thinking has been a bit more of an issue for us than a lot of other people, by the way. Like,
yeah, no, 100%.
Don't sleep on Villa. They've had a good window. I think the issue with Villa is they're going to be playing UCL football and they're going to be playing this. So it's going to take them a long while to be able to handle that stuff, in my personal opinion, bro.
Yeah, they got a champion.
We need Chiesa. We don't need Chiesa, bro. We don't need Chiesa, bro.
He's injured, bro.
You might as well just go and get yourself, as I've said before, if you you might as well just go and get yourself Pedro Neto, a much better and higher quality player.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shame what happened with Chiesa because like pre the ACL, like he was actually quite good to be fair. But I think right now, the fact that Juve are trying to let him go is not really a good sign in itself. They're trying to get money out of him. So I don't know, man. He's not even that. How old is he? He's in mid-20s, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think any club that goes in for Chiesa is stupid. I think it's stupid because yeah, man, that guy. He's
apparently Tottenham are going for him. Apparently, they're literally very active in the market to actually bring him in. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I've heard murmurs about that. Yeah.
And for me personally, that's not a great sign at all. Because then it's just like, you know, they're not moving. How much is that going to move the needle for Tottenham? I'll be honest, not that much. Because he's going to need to learn the new style system. He's not going to be able to play as well. So listen, we're going to have to see what happens there. But I just don't see that working at the end of the day. But maybe that's just me being a bit hyperbolic and stuff. I don't know about you.
Now, for me, when it comes to Chiesa, like I think Tottenham fans will be excited because of the name, yeah, but they don't actually look deep into it. The guy, he's been injured so many, like he's had that injury, yeah, and when it comes to that, look at Leroy Sané, for example, when he was at Man City. Yeah, he was amazing. He got the ACL injury, and look at him at Bayern Munich. He's stagnated. Yeah, he might get a G8 every now and then. He might score or assist, but you know, them type of injuries, they hinder players in the long term, bro. No matter, even if they have the best coaches. Do you get it? There's a reason why they went and got Elise. I'm pretty sure that was Sané's position on the right. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Why are there no teams going for Somerville? Because Somerville maybe he's just not good enough, or maybe he's asking for something that is too much. Maybe agent fees. But Somerville was very close to going to Roma, so this was happening to him. Why Samuel Omeridion has not got away? Because the club wants to get Samuel Omeridion as a striker, bro. Nahimia, that's as simple as that. Chelsea wants Samuel Omeridion as a striker, bro. And also the other thing is Fabrizio is not getting any new information because the club, is not providing him with any new information unless he's the goalkeeper. Simple as that. Big up, bro. It is what it is, man. Like Chelsea just ran out of sources. Nothing's going well for us. We're just cooked and finished right now. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can create a scenario where stuff happens and changes. But as of right now with Chelsea, we need signings right now. That's just the best way to put it. We need signings.
Your transfer strategy has been very weird. Like I don't know, man. Like I just feel like you've not taken advantage over it.
The issue of the transfer window is that we've targeted certain players, right, and everything like that. But like it's not led to success for us. That's all it is. Not led to success for us right now. And honestly, for me personally, it's it's tiring, bro. I'm tired of talking about Chelsea these days, bro. Tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about Chelsea. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, I'm gonna talk about Chelsea. Thursday, Friday, heads, bro. And like, it's almost. I feel like at times I'm just repeating myself. The same criticisms, the same issues, and it almost becomes like bang, bang, bang. Just putting a nail into a door, nail onto door, nail onto door, consistently every single time. But I just wanted to ask you. I forgot to ask you guys this quickly. But Sancho's agreed PSG contract. I don't know if you saw that today. What are your thoughts on? Do you think he's actually gonna go there?
I think he should do it. I think he should do it because with Sancho, everyone knows my stance. He's a very, very good player. He's just in the wrong team. Wrong team, wrong club, wrong manager. Everything about it is wrong. With Sancho, that is someone where if you mismanage him, you're just not going to get the best out of him. Like, he's someone where you give freedom. Like, bro, we've seen it so many times. How? Because you know what it is, Ahmed? How can a guy go from being one of the best talents in Europe? He was rated higher than Vinicius. He was up there with Mbappe. I'm pretty sure he had similar numbers to Messi at one point. Yeah, when it comes to output, obviously, I'm not saying he's as good as him, but he was doing a madness at that age, 18, 19, 20. Them 3 seasons for Dortmund were ridiculous. He comes to United during Oli, and it just... We know the issue with United. We don't develop players, Ahmed. Like, genuinely, we don't develop any young player. Like, when's the last time? Look what we did to Pogba. Look what we did to Martial. What was Martial? Martial at Monaco was rated higher than Mbappe. I don't know if you know that, but he was rated higher. Hence the Ballon d'Or clause. Like, who else is talented? Donny van de Beek. Look what we did to him. Look what we did to. That's why I'm scared for Diallo. I love Diallo. You see me doing this all the time, bro. That's my guy. He's a proper good winger. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair enough. No, I hear you, bro.
I just don't trust the coaching. It's like, how you're saying the same thing about Chelsea. I say the same thing about United. I don't want to gas talent anymore because it never comes into fruition with United. So yeah, if he goes to PSG, think about it. They got rid of Mbappe. He would be perfect on the left-hand side. Luis Enrique's type of football. Sancho fits to it, and that's a perfect mix. You've got good players, consistent Champions League. Sancho will, and plus Enrique probably looked at it and he was like, you know what, bro, who's this guy cooking us in Champions League? Because he had a set game against him. He cooked Nuno Mendes,
Yes, he did. Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, it's a good signing, man. I want him to go just for. I don't want to be selfish as a United fan, innit? I love him, bro. I've got a shirt, but he does need to. Yeah, man. I'm stuck with Garnacho, bro. That says everything, man. I'm telling you.
Listen, I've said this before with Sancho, by the way, and I'll say this again. In League One, he will actually cook. I feel like in any other league other than the Premier League, he will do really well because the Premier League, it requires some level of like speed and acceleration, and he just doesn't have it, bro. Until he gets that, bro, he's never gonna get that, bro. He's never gonna. He's not
slow though. I don't actually think with Sancho he's slow because like when you watch United,
but
because under Ralph,
the league is faster. The people around him and the league is faster than what he's able to give. That's the issue, bro.
No, I know that. No, I know that he's used to the slow pace and that which suits his style. But what I'm saying is that like with Sancho, we've seen like here and there for United, even under Ralph Rangnick and sometimes under Ten Hag, like he does get past this place. He does often make the right decision making. He was our second chance. I think he was, when it comes to chance creating, I think he was our second guy behind Bruno Fernandes. So with Sancho, I just think that it's not a Prem issue. It's just like coaching, innit? Because I just think it's down to coaching because there's many players that aren't really the quickest, but they still excel in the Premier League. I don't think Sancho was slow. I think he's got good enough qualities to thrive in the Prem. I just think he's been unlucky. Do you get it? So, because would you say Cole Palmer's not really quick, but he's relying on his eye.
The thing about Cole Palmer though was that he has
acceleration.
Acceleration is what has helped him, by the way. That's literally it. He's that time he can, the fact that he doesn't need to run fast, but then what happens is when he's facing a man, he can accelerate with his dribbling to beat the man, and then he can like return to the pace that he's at. That's what allows him to work so well. Whereas with Sancho, he doesn't have that acceleration, bro. That's what I've said to you before. If you had that acceleration, he would be cooking, honestly.
So say that again. Sorry, it just cut off. Say that again.
Sorry, I was saying if Sancho had that little bit of acceleration when he's beating his man 1v1, he would be fine. But he doesn't have that, bro. Because Hazard is very similar to Cole Palmer in the sense that Hazard wasn't fast, but what he had was that ability
elite ball carrying.
elite ball carrying acceleration as well. That's what it was.
But do you not think with Sancho as well? Like when you look at him at Dortmund, and even in the Champions League, he's a lot leaner than he is when he's at United. Do you not think he's a lot leaner? So because obviously when it comes to dieting, yeah, I'm not saying he's fat. I'm just saying like he was a lot lean, which makes you more explosive and it makes you more quicker. I feel like with United, yeah, that he adds on weight. And I don't know, and we've seen it with Lukaku. Remember with Lukaku where he added on so much muscle and so much weight, and you see him at Inter, and he's toned down by a little bit, and he's a lot more quicker. Same with Pogba, he's added on so much. That's what I just think that's what it's down to. Palmer's just Palmer. That's why I always make I think Sancho does have acceleration and pace.
Palmer does have acceleration. Palmer has trickery. Okay.
He is trickery, to be honest. He does that. I don't know if he does that chop from the left to the right, and then he goes on the outside. Like he always does that. Yeah.
That's interesting. That is interesting. Maybe I'm not thinking about him as right. Sancho needs game time as he's a rhythm player. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm thinking about Sancho.
Ahmed, do you think 20 starts is enough? What do you think of 20 starts in the Premier? Do you think that's enough to be
in a season? Yes, in a season, yes, but not 20 starts over a certain period of time. That's unfair. But in a season, yes, because if you have 20 league starts in a season, that means you played over half the games in the EPL. So like you have to have made some level of an impact at some point. I don't know about you, bro. That's the issue. But I think of Sancho at the end of the day, the other league is just better for him. You know, there's some guys where it's just like you're just better elsewhere. You might as well go elsewhere to actually get a job done there at the end of the day. Don't actually push yourself to do something that maybe is not working out for you right now. Like, you know, focus on trying to do something better. But just quickly, guys, we are gonna end it here. Please make sure to continue to like, share, and subscribe. What have you got coming up, Ahmed? Quickly.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow talking about the United preseason game. We're talking about the transfers and how it's a bit dead, Mazraoui links. And yeah, man, I just want to say, Ahmed, big up to you, innit? Because like your consistency is actually quite good, man. Like I see you going live. And obviously you're reaping the rewards and hopefully you get to 2K. I need to follow suit, man. I'm telling you, I'm too lazy, man.
It's okay, bro. Listen, we all get there, man. I'm just, you know, for me, yeah, you know how you talk about how Sancho's a rhythm player. I like to be a rhythm player too. You know what I mean? I'm very good at rhythm, very good at, you know, timeline and carrying and everything like that. So that's the thing for me personally, boys and girls. So guys, I'm literally 6 away from 1.6K, 7.6K. So listen, 6 away, help me to get there. We're almost there. Literally, I was at 1.6K last Monday, and now I'm nearly at 1.8K by the end of the week. So it's been crazy week.
At least you're doing something unlike your club. Both of our clubs are doing nothing, and we're doing something, bro. I'm telling you. Listen.
Hey, man, listen. We're both going places, man. I like our clubs. You know what I mean? So listen, it is what it is. Much appreciated as always, guys. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. In terms of content, you know, tomorrow, usual time, 11 p.m. We'll be back. I was going to do 11 p.m. today, but obviously we had some scheduling issues, and then obviously I'm going to be on Husam's show today. So make sure you tune in from there. And also, listen, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. I'm going to send you guys to my good friend, Marshall DBDX, aka Casually FC. Make sure to tell him hi, and make sure to tell him that, you know, Ahmed, the bridge is clear off Casually. Let him know. Let him know. Let me actually just do the redirect first because I need to do that.
I still need to learn how to do that type of stuff. I don't even know how to redirect.
I do. Literally what you do, you go to, so you know whichever content you're doing live, you press, my thing is lagging right now. What's going on, studio? Let's restart this again. Oh my God. This is why I hate YouTube sometimes, man.
Bro, I'm telling you.
There we go. So when you go to live and it says live now, you press the details, then you go to customization, and then at the end of the customization, it will say redirect.
All right, sweet.
And so for me, where is it? Casually FC, bish, bash, bong, bin, send the man them there as usual. So I'm gonna head out there, boys and girls. Make sure, listen, to get me to 1 point. Crikey. Can let me get to 760 subscribers. And listen, as I've always said, man, this is, listen, you know, at the end of the day, Sterling, to all the players that I've mentioned in this, just leave, man. I don't need you right now. Chill out, big man.
Who's that? Who are you talking to like that?
That's the best way to put it.
Okay, who are you talking to?
Listen, I said, honestly, just leave, man. I don't need you right now. Chill out, big man.
Who's that? Who are you talking to like that?
Again, listen, again, that's what I say to all to some of the Chelsea players that it's not good enough right now. I'll be very honest about it at the end of the day. But boys and girls, let me see. There's a comment actually just came out right now. Yeah, listen, big up boys and girls. Have a nice one. Enjoy your days, man. Don't let Chelsea let you down, bro. Chelsea have let down a lot of mandem. They're not gonna let me down though. So love and guidance, big man. You will catch me on Casually SC for a little bit right now. Peace and love. Bye.
Come on.
Big up the bridge.